Hello again, and welcome to Aries EDC. Please give me a follow, give me a like, subscribe, check out me on Instagram at Aries EDC. I'm more active on Instagram than I am on YouTube, so go ahead and give me a check out over there. If you want or not, that's completely up to you. I leave those options come to you guys. I'm not forcing you to do anything you want to do. So today I wanted to talk to you about why a fixed blade? Why would I want to carry a small EDC fixed blade over a pocket knife or a folding knife? Well, here's my story. So I want to start here. This is the CRKT Minimalist. Really cool little knife, because this is where my EDC fixed blade journey began, with this knife. So in my everyday job, obviously this is not my full-time gig. I do have a full-time job, and in that job, every once in a while, I need a cutting tool to cut open different things that I'm interacting with on a daily basis. These things include, sorry, my nose is stuffy, guys. It's that season down here in Florida where pollen and everything else starts to get really bad. But anyway, in my cutting, I'm cutting open some little chemicals and bags of powder and that kind of stuff. So my wife knows I like knives, so she bought me a knife to use for work. And that was this. This is a Kershaw. Sorry guys, I really don't know what the name of this was. It's in their budget line. It's an assisted opening Kershaw steel frame lock. It's very heavy. I really didn't even do a lot of research before I did this to figure out what the steel was or anything else. It's not a stainless, because as you can see, we're already getting some rust and everything else that was on this blade, which is fine. It was meant to beat on, to use for work, and it was doing a good job. The problem was I was finding that all the powders and chemicals and things that I was open was getting up inside the blade. And this was not easy to try to clean. The pivot you can see here is I think it's a T8, T6, but on the other side is nothing. So there's nowhere to do it, and it's a free spinning pivot. So yeah, to get that screw out was pretty much impossible to try to service this knife. And I was finding that the action, it wasn't even opening. It was getting caught up. I'd have to get in there and try to slide everything around so I could clean out all the gunk that was getting inside the assisted opening and then the pivot and everything else. So it was like, this isn't working. I needed a different option for this. It's just this knife wasn't doing it. And it's not anything bad against this knife. It was the type of work that I was doing and the things that I was cutting. I just want to be clear on that. Kershaw is a good brand. Their knives are really great, but this just wasn't working, and I needed a different option. I've seen the Minimalists, and I went to a big box store, hardware store that everybody knows, and I saw this sitting here, or at least here in America. I saw that, and I was like, well, that's cool. Maybe I can use that. And they have it as a neck knife. I'm not comfortable carrying things around my neck, especially something like a knife where you're going to dangle it. And then they had the sheath and this little clip, which is really nice, but they pretty much had it set up for vertical carry, which again, I'm not super comfortable with. I think you would put the clip here and it would be vertical like this on your belt. And I used to work and where I used to have to carry a walkie-talkie all the time. And one of the things I hated about it was that antenna would always poke me in the side every time I'm walking in or having to sit down in my office chair or anything. It was always poking me, and it just drove me crazy. So I definitely didn't want that. So I wanted it to be horizontal carry, and I like to carry it in the front. So luckily, the clip was able to be adjusted and shifted over to be to vertical carry, or horizontal carry, I'm sorry. And it ended up working out pretty good. I had to adjust how they had the screws set up and everything else, but it worked. And then I loved it. And that was where I fell in love with small fixed blades. I could take it, make whatever cuts that I needed to make. This knife ergonomically, obviously, it tells you exactly where you want to put your fingers. So if you're into that, it is a 3-finger grip. And again, you get the little pinky on the lanyard, which I'm a really big fan of, as you can see from some of my knives. Your thumb gets right up there. There's the little jimping. I don't know why they just don't make that whole thing jimped, but neither here nor there. If you need to get your finger up there, it's almost like your finger's perfect for that. So this is the Bowie style minimalist. It is like a 3CR MOV, or so it has some stainless, but I wouldn't necessarily say this is the best stainless steel. I did have to put a different edge on it just because it didn't come very sharp, but no, neither here nor there. If I have to put an edge on something, that's the least of my worries. And the small fixed blades work. So that's what got my love into making fixed blades. So, or at least needing to carry a small fixed blade. You can check out some of my other videos on where I got to where I wanted to make my own. But, you know, and then it turned into this, and it's my knife journey into making knives. This is my pedal harpoon. It is now available. So on my Etsy store, just search Aries EDC on Etsy. You'll find a lot of the things that I have available. This just happens to be one of them. So really cool knife. I gotta stop saying guys. I gotta get better at this. But I wanted to share with you some knives that I just finished. I just finished these two. There we go again with the Oh well. It's just one of my nervous things, I guess, when I'm doing these videos. It'll get better, I promise. So what I have here, this is the the Bloom 2. So this is the Bloom harpoon. So normally it wouldn't have that. It would just be straight. Same handle. As you can see, the same handle shape. And pretty much everything would be the same, except I played with the blade shape on this one. This one has this alternate blade shape that I kind of like. It's a modified sheep's foot, I guess, but really comfortable. About 2 3/4, 3/8 inch blade. So depending where you are, has blue G10 liners, this black burlap micarta, which turned out really good. A lanyard, custom bead that I made out of some leftover material that I had laying around that turned out really nice. Gives you a 3-finger grip. I should do the other hand. 3-finger grip, and then your pinky lands on that lanyard and gives you the support you need. The thumb rest, there's this little dip right there, and it's right perfect where your thumb needs to be to make any of those cuts that you need. So this will be soon on Etsy. I just have to do a couple more things to it, and then it'll be ready to go. Kydex sheath, I make all the sheaths here. It's 08 Kydex, and pretty proud of how that came out. It's nice and tight. It snaps into place. It's not going to fall out on you. It's a really great package. We have also the Puffin 2. I have a blade called the Puffin. Very close to my rock hopper. I don't have either one of those here because I've sold all those that I had made. Again, nice Kydex sheath. Interesting blade. Another modified type of sheep's foot blade. Same steel as the 80 CRV2. I don't know if I said it, but that's what the Bloom is as well. Black burlap micarta again. With this one has the red G10 liner and a layered red and black bead, which I also made. Again, three finger grip, very comfortable. Get the pinky on that lanyard, gives you the support you need to make any of those cuts that you need. Nice pinch grip, get your finger right on that tip to be able to control the tip. Knives are both very sharp, so it'll help you with any of your cutting needs that you have. Again, that is the Puffin 2. But I just wanted to share with you guys where my journey with fixed blades started and why I think they're the greatest, and they always have a need. So anyway, just wanted to share that with you guys. Again, check me out at AriesEDC on Instagram. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment or not. That choice is yours. Have a good one, guys.